Hey guys, it's Othania here with Create Your Future. Today, I'm going to be discussing how to basically create any relationship and make it anew. Make it bright again. Make it peace and love again. How do you do that? Before I get deep into the video, Create Your Future does have a free course. If you're interested in that, definitely check out the link in the description box below. Also, one-on-one coaching with me. You can find that link as well in the description box below. So, and yeah, I got my gym gear on. I'm trying to figure out also if I want to go to the gym after I work out or if I'm gonna just do a home workout. But I'll figure it out. So how to make a relationship brand new again. So let me give you guys a scenario. Let's say we have a mother and daughter, and there's been a lot of built up resentment from the child, unknown to the mother, but over the years it just has created a lot of conflict. But deep down, you do want to fix that relationship. You do want to make it better. But you just can't seem to figure out how, because there has just been so much damage. So how do we get past that? How do you get past that? Well, first, understand that especially in a mother and daughter situation, or any type of caregiver and child situation, all the child knows at that time is what they see, for the most part, what dominantly goes on at home. So once you kick into consciousness, you already have a story about your caregiver. And over time, through teen years, adult years, you still have that story with that person, especially how you've seen them growing up. It's very imprinted in the mind, in your subconscious, especially if they have caused you a lot of pain, because you always, you remember how things and people make you feel. So you have all of that growing up in your mind. The story about them. So say your mom could have been an alcoholic, and that's all you ever known her to be. But you want her to stop drinking, but all your life you knew your mom to be an alcoholic. And say her being an alcoholic could have also possibly drew a wedge between you two. But at the same time, you want to have a better relationship with your mother. So I said all that to say, there's a story there. You seen your mother be an alcoholic. She was either mean to you. Whatever it was that caused you resentment is the story you have with that person. So even though you're a child, a teenager, you're still pushing out what you believe about people. It's not just when you're an adult. It happens as soon as you step into consciousness and start understanding, you thinking for yourself, which I, always say, it usually starts happening around the age of 6 or 7. So the story about your mom, about the mom. If you never changed or started seeing her telling you things like, I decided to give up the alcohol, I decided to stop drinking. If you're not starting to see someone different, but you're constantly stuck in the story of all they've shown you to be, that's who you will continue to see them portray themselves as in your reality. Let's give another example. Let's say a dad. I don't know. A dad and his son. The dad walked out on his son's life. So the son has a story that his dad hates him or doesn't want to be around him or things like that. Or when he talks about his dad, he says a lot of hateful, mean things to people in discussion about his dad, even though he's expressing how he feels. We also have to remember that as we're conversing with others, we're also affirming, because usually what you converse is what you're believing. And as easy as it is to roll off your tongue and speak to others with conviction is a belief. So if you're always seeing the dad as not loving you, not wanting to be around you, because depending on what age the child was when the dad left, most likely the dad left because of a manifestation that happened with the mother. Maybe the mother wasn't feeling chosen, or maybe the mother was feeling like all men maybe cheat. Her beliefs manifested the dad to leave, or maybe his thoughts about relationships weren't at best and he got triggered and he left, right? So, and then now the child feels like it's on them. You get what I mean? But I say that to say as well, until he changes that story about his dad, unless he starts feeling like, you know what, I forgive him, I let it go. Because when you forgive, it's what you're really doing is letting go of the old story. What you're really doing is you're releasing the past when you forgive. And when you do that, when you release, you only have what's left, and that's the love, the peace, the calmness, the neutrality. I think neutrality is a word, but you know what I mean. You have that instead. So in order for us to have better relationships with people from the past that we would never expect to probably have a great relationship with, we have to change the story with them and actually see them as good people. Because the version of you that is in a great relationship with them isn't seeing them as sneaky, isn't seeing them as someone who would never change, isn't seeing them as someone who hates them. Remember, everything always has to align. It's not just with a romantic person. It's with everyone in your reality, in your experience, in your world. Everyone is playing their role of how you think about them in your mind. Regardless of the fact that in certain scenarios and situations where, you only knew your parent to be one way, but then you also got to know, when you think about them different, they change too. They're no different. For people that want to heal relationships with their children, forgive yourself for what you did not know better at the time. Thank yourself for being able to bring life to the world. Put yourself in a grateful space with yourself and being grateful for your children. Being grateful that they can live their lives too and find their happiness and peace and things like that. Start seeing them being happy, wanting to talk with you. Because when you are in a good relationship with your children, when you think about them, you're going to be thinking about having great talks with them. Oh, I wonder what my son is doing today. I wonder what my daughter's doing today. You're going to be thinking about sending them the sweet little text and making sure that they feel loved throughout the day. You know what I mean? So start seeing things how you want them to be instead of ruminating on how things were, because the past is gone. It only exists in your mind because you keep picking up the thought and you keep saturating your mind in that. Especially when it was situations that happened years ago. You know, if you really want to fix the relationship and make it better and see things better with your people, you have to see you better with them, and you have to see them thinking better about you. You have to see them wanting to forgive you. You have to see them wanting to love you. You have to see them wanting to be around you. And don't be afraid of that. It may seem strange because you're so used to the dysfunction, but you have to remember that this dysfunction, when it's not going to serve you, it hasn't been serving you, and it will never serve you. So start seeing yourself happy. I have peace and love in all of my relationships. Everyone loves and respects me. I love and respect myself so much now that everyone else around me has to love and respect me. All of my relationships have peace and love with them. Some way, somehow, we all have love, peace, and happiness, and we're all happy. See yourself spending time with these people on the holidays. If it's friendships, okay. Stop ruminating on the argument of what went wrong. Or if you're used to seeing your friend one way and you want to see them a different way, start seeing them happier in their life. Start seeing them telling you, you know what? I'm happy we're friends, and I'm happy that we went through that, and I'm happy that we are where we are now, and we're better now. Start having the inner conversations that are happier and that align with the version of you that is actually in a better relationship with that person, instead of ruminating on what went wrong, thinking that they don't want to talk to you again, because you got to remember, all of that is pushing out to those people in your world. So it's time that you start seeing yourself happy with the people you want to be happy with. And if you don't want to be around them again too, that's fine. But in order to have peace for yourself, just tell yourself daily, until you feel like you don't have to tell yourself anymore, that I have peace for myself and I have peace for whoever that person may be. And everything is good. Everything is great. And everything is more peaceful than I could have imagined. And that's what you want to do. And that's how you make your relationships better. Because a lot of the time, the reason why your relationships are not as good as they could be is because you keep ruminating on what went wrong. And you keep seeing them as a version of themselves that is not better. You want to see yourself as this being of love that everybody would love to be around. Because if you keep telling yourself, oh, this person may not want to talk to me, this person may not want to be around me, you got to remember you're pushing that out as well. So I intend that this gave you a better level of understanding. I intend that you heal and fix and correct. I don't really like to say the word heal anymore, but I intend that you have the version of the people you want to have in your life. I intend that your relationships get so much better and that you experience the fulfillment of what it is that you actually want with the people in your life. I intend that you finally start seeing massive changes and evidence and feedback for all the work that you've been doing. So see yourself happy with these people. See them hugging you in your mind. See them wanting to plan vacations with you, have good times with you. Start visioning that now. And with time, you'll notice, as you keep living your life and being present in your moments, that some way, somehow, these people would find you, and situations would have to create themselves to have to work out for you to have better experiences with those people. So until next time, guys, see you.